Hey everyone, welcome to an all-new episode of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
How are you doing today?
I'm exhausted.
Me too. We just got done a long weekend of swim meets and you going to the Union game yesterday and just a long week. So we're gonna have a fun show on tap today and we're gonna grind through this. But before we get started, what are we wearing today?
I'm wearing the new season ticket member t-shirt that we got this year.
And I'm wearing one of my personal favorites, the skull soccer cap with the Philadelphia Union logo on it. So on today's show, we're going to discuss a little bit about the match on Tuesday versus Alianza. We are going to talk about the match yesterday against the Chicago Fire, kind of give a little review. Got a couple little news nuggets to catch up on, like the Leagues Cup information drop. And kind of look forward to the week ahead because Union got another busy week.
Yes.
But so a lot to discuss on today's show, as we said.
We do.
So, but before we get started, you can follow us and interact on Twitter at TOTWAG. That's the One Team We Agree On. And on Facebook and Instagram. And that is at the One Team We Agree On. And that is all one word. So let's get into it, shall we? So on Tuesday, Union played Alianza. They had a reserve rotation in. We saw some new Union players such as Andres Pereira. We saw Joaquin Torres. We saw Damian Lowe.
Yep.
And a couple of the homegrowns as well. So it was really cool to see. And I guess my first question for you is, what was your overall thought of watching a Champions League match? Because this is the first time you've seen a CCL match.
Yeah. So I think what stuck out to me, was just actually how much they just let them play.
Yeah.
Like was like, oh, they're just playing, which I kind of liked, actually, just letting them play.
Yeah, I mean the field conditions.
Conditions were
atrocious.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was on that press conference, I mean, both managers are just like, this field like is borderline unplayable, and I think even like maybe it was their manager was like, yeah, this is unplayable field or something. But anyway, and you can see that like some of the touches, the Union playing long balls out the back. Even like guys, dogs, like one cross, it just went like that way, and he's like staring at the ground. I mean, like little things like that. But I will say, compared to their previous game against Miami, they did look a lot better.
Yeah, the energy was definitely better. There was still, it wasn't 100% there, but it definitely was much improved from against Miami.
And knowing what we know now, we really needed to score a goal.
Yes.
We really, really did. That was the one thing. I wasn't disappointed with the 0-0 draw. I mean, on the road.
Right.
These matches, it's a 2-leg. I wasn't down about the draw because we were coming home. But now, hindsight being 2020, I really, really wish we would have got a couple goals. Donovan said we had, his run on the keeper, doing flop. I mean, just things like that. There were opportunities there for goals that we just couldn't cash in. I mean, defensively, we played very well.
Yes.
I thought Harriel had a great game. I thought outside of a few mistakes, Damian Lowe played extremely well. So, I mean, Brea had a phenomenal match.
Yes, he did. He's one that really stood out to me, I thought.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the?
Well, I was just excited to see what he could do in there, with the other guys. And I thought he played really well overall,
Right. No, I do too, especially some getting his head on the ball, long balls, headers, just some of the passes he was making. Just he was active. Overall, again, it would have been nice to get some points on the road coming back to Subaru Park, right. But I think the highlight of the match outside of that was the dog that
The
ran on.
dog,
Yes,
yes.
everybody's
Very good
talking
boy.
about the dog that ran on the field and chewed on the ball, and Damian Lowe kicked it out. But I don't know how. Did you see the video that's making circulations about the dog running around the stadium?
Yeah. And it looked like the dog was actually let onto the field.
Right, right. The guy's like opening the door, dog runs on the field, and everybody's cheering. It's like, really? I found that hilarious.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it's not the first time probably a dog's found on the field. And then
Mm-hmm.
Ricky, who was down there, posted a picture. There was a cat on the field.
Yes. I was like, hey, I want to see the cat.
Yeah, the cat's just standing there in the goal box.
Yep.
So we had some animals on the pitch, that's for sure.
Yep.
But brings me another question. Is El Salvador a place you would like to visit
Mm,
in Central America?
I wouldn't say I have a burning desire to go there.
I don't know, I kind of want to go like Central America is one of the places I would like to go.
Like I would go to some place. Like I hear Costa Rica is very nice.
Right.
I have a student who lived there for a time. And he just returned like a few
Hmm.
months ago actually. So I've heard all about it and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's nice down there." So yeah, that one I would go to.
Yeah, I think El Salvador has some nice, you know, nature. But again, yeah, I'm trying to think like Costa Rica, Guatemala. I've heard is really nice
Mm.
too. From one of our staff members at the Y is from there. She says
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah, I have a student who came from Guatemala actually and was telling me about it. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think down the road, you can get back on
Hmm.
into one of these tournaments down in the future. I would like to go to one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Mexico, but other than that, I haven't really been down there. Need a sip of that tea.
Yeah. Sorry, our voices are shot
I'm
from.
like about to like cough off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So then let's move ahead. Overall, you thought the reserves did well.
Yeah, I did. I liked what I saw there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, I did too. And so let's talk about yesterday's match a little bit because I mean we got a lot of things to discuss. I mean, I wouldn't say we're going to go on a rant like we did against Miami, but um, let's first talk about the pre-match game day. What was your overall general thoughts of the match?
That was cold.
It was cold.
That
It
was cold.
was windy and cold.
I thought like at first I thought, oh, like when we were at the tailgate,
Yeah.
I thought, okay. I mean, the sun was out, but it's like, okay, this isn't too bad. Maybe not as cold as, 2 weeks ago at the home opener. But then the sun went down
And the
and
wind.
the wind was what really made it worse. And I was cold.
I was cold too, and of course you and I forgot our jackets.
We forgot our union jackets. Like we had other jackets, but like it wasn't the same. It's like literally why I bought the jacket because I'm like, oh, there's gonna be some games where it's cold and I want to wear that. It's the reversible one.
Mhm.
And I like that a lot. But of course, we were going straight from a swim meet and we packed our stuff ahead of time, but forgot to grab that. So bummer on that. But yeah.
But I mean, the tailgate overall was very nice. I thought it was well attended. Music was good.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to go there and see that actually like the area was smaller.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
And maybe that was because maybe they weren't
Maybe they weren't expecting
expecting
as
as many
many. Yeah, and
people.
that's fine.
So I mean, we got to meet Heather.
Yeah. Shout out Heather.
Yes, Heather, it was awesome meeting. We had a wonderful conversation
Yep.
with her,
Yep.
and then got to talk to Jared a little bit,
Yep.
and a couple other people from Lancaster.
Yep.
Ken, who we met with AAO at the
Hmm.
World Cup, and
Had
his
some good food and had good drink and
yeah, yeah. I mean,
vibe was good.
vibe was good. What was your favorite beer last night?
Um I mean I kind of had my standard stuff that I get
Yeah,
usually. I mean Bit Viper was good.
Bit Viper was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean a lot of
I
times
was
I'll go
really enjoying that.
yeah, a lot of times I'll go over and get one of the cans, like, like yards and stuff. I get some level up, that stuff's good. But yeah, and the food was as always great. They
Excellent.
always put together a great tailgate there. So shout out to everyone who organizes that.
And volunteers, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And yeah, they had a lot of Italian sausages last night, and I was eating some of them. They were really good. And again, people out there volunteering, thank you so much. And if you haven't gotten to one, the next home game, I think it's Orlando.
Hmm.
Go out and check it out. I mean, the spot's really cool. There's
Yeah.
people tailgating. I kind of like the spot. They have it kind of like blocked off, so there's
Yeah.
like people can be walking out in that street.
Yeah.
They had the cornhole set up. We still haven't gotten a ring toss, but it was a
It's just been,
local.
yeah. I
So,
mean, I think my one complaint is just that they need to like get more porta potties
yes,
because there's only
yes,
four
yes.
and it's like at the G lot there. And so it's, shared with also just the people that are tailgating in the lot too. And it's just not enough because, it's fine early on. And then when, we're always into it when it's getting closer to game time, everybody's got to go, and then it gets quite backed up.
And I liked how when we did the march there into the stadium, how like this time rather than just handing us beers, they actually have them sit out, so you just got to
Yeah.
grab and go, grab and go. I thought that
Yeah.
road moved a
Yeah.
little smoother.
Yeah, and just like the marching it, like we kind of went, a little bit different, went towards like, the gate where we always went
Yeah,
in.
the old supporter
Yeah.
entrance.
So like it's, working out some of the kinks, obviously.
And that's how I kind of felt. They were trying to do some different chants.
Yeah.
Um, just some different stuff. And I give them credit for trying some of the different
Mhm.
stuff. And I also saw a lot of new faces, so I think that was why.
Mhm.
But it was a nice march. It was
Yes.
definitely a good march. And then we went and checked out the usual square right
We went
outside.
on the plaza. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
As
we
usual, we went and saw the puppies.
so yeah, so we're gonna try a new segment. We didn't get to talk to anybody really, but we'd like to bring up the puppy of the match. And as you said, they're all the puppies of the
I
match.
said, yeah, I said, hey, they're all the puppies of the match. Like
Yeah.
they all deserve a loving home.
Oh, absolutely.
So, the Philadelphia SPCA was there and I know they've had different, I think,
Yeah,
organizations,
like I think
you know,
Paul's was there one time.
yeah, they've had some different rescue groups. And as people that we've rescued, our cats are rescues that we
Yep.
have for our pets. Growing up, we had dogs, we always rescued like from the Humane League in Lancaster. And that's where we got two of our cats, actually, Humane League. And so we definitely support rescues. And hopefully those dogs find a good home. Like we got to see some. There were three dogs in there last night. Only one of them got the name was Legacy. It was the one that was right there that we were
We were
going to
both
check out.
like, yeah, I thought that was like, if I had a vote, I would pick her as the
Yeah.
pup
Yeah.
of the match.
Yeah.
Beautiful dog,
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful dog.
Yes.
So, but yeah, go to the Philadelphia SPCA, and all the dogs are on there. And please consider giving them a home if you're
Yes.
able.
Yes.
So, and then we went to our usual spot.
Yep.
Walked up, went into River End, and it was windy.
It was. And like the crowd, it wasn't as crowded as it
No.
was the home game. So we definitely noticed that. Uh excuse me. Um yeah, I think we're still recovering. I mean, that wind, that wind burn,
Yeah.
just the air. And then we were, in a pool area where the air quality wasn't great today. So I think paying the price for that a little bit, but it's okay. But yeah, but I thought, 136 where we are, I thought actually brought pretty good energy last night. Yeah.
I did too. So let's talk about that. You know, Overall game experience. Let's talk about the River End.
Right.
Overall, I thought the chanting was better.
Yeah, it seemed like there was more direction, like people, because like I felt like there wasn't really anyone, kind of down at our end as much last time.
Yeah, in this game, I saw Rich
Yeah, we saw
down.
Rich down there.
Yeah, because I was talking to him, and yeah, there was definitely a little bit more energy from 136. But we always bring it.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the tifo?
I thought the TIFO was great.
Yeah, I
I mean,
think.
if you didn't get a chance to see what the TIFO actually looked like, it was to honor young boy that had lost his battle to pediatric cancer.
Yes.
And so that honored him. And then there was, also we had the small one, the one that we held was, with the kind of snake logo on it.
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't ever, yeah, I actually have to make sure I go and look, and see what the tifo actually looks like, since we're always
Yeah.
there, and then we're holding. I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, what does it look like? I don't always see it, but I saw that right away last night, and I thought it looked great.
But yeah, I mean, overall thoughts. I thought it was a nice crowd,
Hmm.
festive crowd. Didn't see anybody sitting really, and there was a lot of chatting. But again,
Hmm.
our area always brings it. I feel
Yeah.
like so it was good. Let's talk a little bit about the match.
Okay.
So, and we'll get to Andre in a second, but first 15 minutes, I thought, now granted,
Mm.
Chicago touted out their new goalkeeper that made his
Hmm.
first start, one of their highly touted prospects of their academy. And credit,
Hmm.
he did not show any fear.
No.
I thought Ua was going to get one there. There
Hmm.
was twice I
Oh,
remember standing
few
up like,
times.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, and he made some saves,
Yeah.
and we were just off. I thought the first 15 minutes we had to pedal on, we had the
Hmm.
energy.
Much better than before. Yeah.
Yeah,
Much better.
it looked a lot better. And again, we were chanting, there was good energy in the stadium. And then it kind of like they kind of countered, and
Hmm.
then there was that offsides goal that they had that got called
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
and everybody was like, and then
Hmm.
Chicago started getting some stuff, but all of a sudden, at no point, yeah, and this is even before Blake's injury, I thought we were doing a nice job.
Yeah. I mean, definitely much improved from the last couple games. And, again, right out the gate, we actually, we were we actually had energy, connecting a lot better. I mean, we still need to connect more, especially,
We'll get to that in a
yeah, I
second.
mean, but definitely the energy was better, and that's a positive.
Yeah, that was a positive. I mean, there's still. I look at it this way: as the game wore on, and I know Jim talked about it. I mean, we just weren't sharp at times where we were
Right.
making key passes. Um, but I think the biggest thing was, and he's brought this up, was we were trying to get too fancy on our finishing. Like we were
Right.
taking that extra pass. And I think it was Billy even brought it, and I was seeing it too, especially that second half.
Hmm.
They were collapsing because they knew we were going to try to run the box. And I think it was Torres when he scored that, goal, finally took a shot
Yeah.
from outside the 18. They were giving us the 18 because they know they're not going to shoot it.
Yeah. We were messing around with the ball too much, in there, instead of getting actually some good shots off, which, you know, we need to do a little bit more of that. I mean, I appreciate what they're trying to set up,
You're
you know.
right, but I feel like we're trying to be too fancy, and like
Right.
Jim even said it, like they're trying to be too fancy. They're messing around, and then the ball comes loose, and
Right.
there goes the thing. I, just if we would have gotten a goal in that first 15, one of those balls goes in. I think it's a different game.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think they kind of get down. I think they're really pressing right now, maybe pressing too hard. And
Mm-hmm.
I think Jim kind of alluded to that a little bit. And I get it. You score all those goals last year.
Right.
Um, of course you're going to press. And I feel like we're almost trying so hard without letting the game come to them. And that
Mm-hmm.
was happening early on last year. But the problem with that is this team's had a whole off season together. This team actually put together a
Mm-hmm.
really nice all season scoring goals, with rotations. So, maybe I don't know. I guess my question is, are you concerned about the attack?
I wouldn't say I'm concerned yet. I think they're still finding their rhythm, and I think, it's gonna get there.
I agree. I'm not really concerned. I'm
It's early yet.
It's early. We had some good opportunities. If this starts to become more and more of a trend, like now, this is what we've only scored one goal
Mm-hmm.
in the first half of. We've only scored one goal in 4 matches in the first half. Um, if this starts to become a trend, 10 games in that, maybe. But really, I think they just got to settle
Mm-hmm.
down. and start letting the game come to them, using what they have. Not trying to get too fancy, like I said. But I mean, with Torres bails us out in the 90th minute. I thought Bizo played a great game.
He did. And before the Torres goal, I actually happened to go on Twitter and vote for man of the match with the Sons of Ben. I did, and I chose Bizo, and he did win that, but then they changed it obviously. To Torres.
I thought our spine for the most part played very well. And again, we had chances. We were creating stuff. So again, when I go back about the attack, it doesn't really bother me. It's just we gotta kind of start, simplifying it a little bit, as Jim said. So let's talk about Andre. Yeah, and
we were right there, in the river end, having to witness that, and that was
tough.
That was really tough, and of course, everybody,
was
you could everyone was just like, holding their breath there.
And it was tough in the sense that, he has that limp early on, and then it seemed to go away.
Yeah.
It was like
he wasn't sure if it's like, oh, is he just like cramping up a little bit?
That's what I thought, because it was cold.
Yeah.
It was very cold. And I'm thinking maybe he got a cramp, maybe got a knock and it's tightening up on him and he'll be fine. And then it was after that one play, I start to see him limping really bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, this is not good.
No.
Knees get, and then there was that knock on the corner, and it was like, okay, he is not right. And then that was a play. Then they start breaking, and like, I'm not sure if I swear I saw Jack like pointing to like get the ball out.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anybody else saw it, and everybody else is playing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, here comes Casper. Casper hides in. He's like limping on one leg to get back to the net. Yeah. He was down, and then he makes this amazing save. And then
what an amazing save!
Like the guy's on.
This is why he is the best keeper in the MLS. Honestly,
no, I agree. I mean, to just lay out on an injury like that and give your heart to that. I mean, I think Jim said best. You go in the locker room. Here comes Joe. Andre has carried this, has held this team up. Now we kind of gotta do the reverse, and I agree with that. I thought the second half we really stepped up defensively. We didn't put Joe in those situations.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed they really did the defense really stepped up trying to, keep the ball out of there like extra hard. And back to Andre, just like what's really stuck out to me, like I'm just getting even a little emotional thinking about it. When he, went down finally, like was down the ground and he's just pounding the ground like in frustration,
right.
That that was hard, because he wants to be out there and he's just so, frustrated that happened and
yeah, and
that just like that was like crushing to see that.
Yeah, and like Jim says, he's gonna get an MRI. I guess we're gonna find out. And Andre, we're praying for the best for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, I'm like one of these guys, like I know he wants to be out there. I'm kind of like, make sure, because having coach swimming, groins are a thing.
They can be tricky.
They can be tricky. They can be a week or two. They can be like you said, like 2 months. But then you can also be one of those people like, oh, it feels great for a week, go out there and pull it, and now you're re-aggravating again.
Yeah, I mean, definitely best to be safe
and
here.
He said about his knee was a little, you guys' knee too. So
yeah, but on the other hand, this is why we signed Joe Bendick. Like, we have this is a very capable backup.
Right. And I've seen some people say, it's a shame we got rid of Matt Freese. And here's my thing to that, my argument, and I saw somebody else like, we didn't know this was going to happen. How you plan for this? Like,
because I mean, let's be real, Matt Freese deserved to have a chance,
start
elsewhere.
Yes, he does. And I think that's one of the whole things. The other thing I'm looking at is Joe is very smart, tactically understands what it is. He's a very good backup. He's an average MLS goalkeeper. Right. Okay. Are you worried, like, let's say it comes out into maybe a timetable, is longer than a couple weeks. Dude,
Yeah.
how comfortable are you rolling with Joe?
I mean, if this is something long term, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little worried,
Right.
I mean, again, we're spoiled because Andre is so good,
Right.
Um, having Joe in there is still better than a lot of the other teams' goalies, I think, I mean, at least he's definitely like can hold his own,
He can hold his
but
own.
is he gonna make probably those amazing saves like Andre
And
makes?
that's
No,
just it. No,
no.
no. I
And
mean,
that
if you
and
put a good ball on him,
yeah.
he's not going to make those great saves.
Yeah, so this is where, our defense just really needs to step it up, and also our offense, we need to put some goals on too, just to give some breathing room.
Well, and that's the number one thing. We gonna have to score, and we're gonna have to play even tighter defense, which is gonna require a lot.
Yeah.
Having said that, I think, if it goes longer than that,
Yeah.
will they maybe explore? Because Holden Trent's probably not 100% ready yet, and even
Yeah.
for Open Cup and
Yeah.
definitely not CCL. We're gonna have some decisions to make. If hopefully it doesn't go
Yeah.
to that, but again, first and foremost, Andre,
Yeah.
get better because I know how much he wants to be out there, and how
Yeah.
difficult this probably is for him and for the team.
Yeah.
So, but having said that, let's go and talk about Tuesday. So we have the second leg of the CCL against Alianza here at
Yep.
home. Now, the way this tournament's set up this year, we draw 1-1, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
They advance. We have to win. 0-0 draw goes to PK. 1-1 draw because they give advantage to home road
Right.
goals.
Road goals count for more. Yeah.
So, having said that, yes, Joe gets him and Andre get the shutout. That's 2 shutouts in a row. How concerned are you?
Um,
Because I'm still really not concerned. I know it's our home. I know what I saw last game, and if we rotate good, at this point, I'm not even worried about
mm-hmm.
Montreal on Saturday. I'm worried
Mm-hmm.
about this game on Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, I think, number one, we playing on a better field,
Correct.
at home. And it's it's gonna be windy. It's
What
gonna
are they
be
saying? 50-mile-an-hour
it's gonna be
degree.
cold and windy. How do you think, these guys from Alianza are gonna hold up in that weather?
Well. I
Well, I don't
mean,
know.
we're gonna find out.
We're gonna
I
find
think.
out. I mean,
I think for
yeah,
me
anyone going to the
personally,
game, bundle up.
right.
You thought it was windy last night.
I think we're gonna get some goals. I
Yeah.
really do. I feel confident about this game. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we were putting shots
Yeah,
and
we
good
had
shots
some
against
chances.
them.
Mm-hmm.
We just need defense to step up and
Mm-hmm.
again, play good defense, not put Joe in situations where he's not gonna make that save.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing because I'm sure Alianza is going to try him a
Mm-hmm.
couple of times and
Oh
maybe
yeah.
even from distance too. But we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
do I feel confident? Absolutely. I do. I think we're going to go get that win on Tuesday and hopefully we get some good news.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the rotation. I'm excited to see Pereira again. I'm excited to see Torres. How are you feeling about Jack McGlynn? I do need to bring this up. How are you feeling about Jack? Because Jack came in again last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I didn't look up any stats because we don't do that, really
Yeah.
as much here. But I'm going to do that later. But I felt like there again, he really wasn't. I didn't see anything egregious, but again,
Right. It also didn't like set the world on fire either,
no.
Um,
No, I think Torres, played much better. He kind of
mm-hmm.
gets a little goes a little out of control at times, but he's been so good. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. So I'm
Sure gets
excited.
the crowd revved up.
Oh, dude, he
Knows
makes some
every
great
time he gets the
plays,
ball, people
and
are oohing and on in the crowd.
and he's very smart. He
Yeah.
knows what he wants to do with the
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah.
And so maybe sometimes we'll get a little out of control, but I'm cool with that because he does so much and he knows where the ball needs to go.
Right.
So I'm good with that. I think he's gonna be good. So
I want to see some Choo Choo.
I do too. I'm
See,
excited because he looked
Jesus
so
Bueno has been
good
looking
on
really
Tuesday,
good.
and
Yeah,
I forgot to shout that out. He played a great game on
he
Tuesday,
did.
so I'm excited for that. Um, I'm excited to see this crowd. We'll
Yeah,
see
we
how
need to
many.
have a crowd. Yeah, I mean Tuesday
Yeah,
night
if
in
you're
cold,
gonna,
windy weather. I mean,
yeah, I
people
mean, if
show
you're
up.
listening to this and you have any reason, I don't know, no, come. We need people in that stadium. Last thing
Yeah,
we want to have is like a half empty house and like, I get it's Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, and people got work and got school next day. But this is a major tournament. This is
yeah,
like probably our biggest tournament competition all season outside probably the MLS playoffs.
yep,
So if we can get up for that, let's try to get up for this.
yeah. Hey, we live
We
an hour and a half away, and it's a
we're
school night. Working, we're going. We're going.
so yeah. I mean, we're looking forward to seeing everybody there. And if you're going and you see us, make sure you say hi. So
Yeah,
I'm excited to see Joe get some more playing time because I do believe in Joe.
same.
I just and I don't think Matt Freeze, he's staying here. Yes, maybe it's nicer, but they again shoulda, coulda, woulda. We don't know. We no one saw that.
Yeah, exactly.
And so next topic, Leagues Cup is announced, the tournament that everybody's like, man,
Yeah.
about. That is the tournament. We're gonna take the whole month of part of July, August off to play group stage and then a knockout round. So obviously we saw the rounds, the group stage announced with Tijuana and I can't even pronounce their name. It's like Quintanero or something. Um, those are the two teams in our division. Um, and they are giving us their first match for the season ticket members is free.
Mhm.
And I saw some people a little upset about it. They're having I believe it is the opt out option rather than the opt in option
Hmm.
for the second game at normal price. Personally, I think we should have gotten both tickets for free and then have to
Yeah.
pay for the group stage.
Yeah.
But what is your thoughts on the ticket procedure? I think it's more the league than the union.
Yeah. I mean,
Because as I told somebody else, I think this is Garber trying to make some money, obviously,
probably.
probably. But I just think they should have given both of the if you're a season ticket member, you should be able to get them. You
Yeah.
know, that they should be included in the cost. And I think it was Billy also said it should be included in the cost from day one. I'm not a fan of the opt in or opt out
Hmm.
because some of those emails get sent to the junk. So what happens if you can't make that game? You don't get to see this email or you don't even know about it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're getting charged for a ticket you can't go to. And it's like, surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that doesn't happen to anybody. So we'll see. But as for the knockout rounds, they showed the bracket and then kind of what the teams are. Looks like Pachuca's in our bracket, LAFC's in the other bracket.
Hmm.
We have the top seeds, so we'd be going through, and then probably if all the top seeds advance, as long as we win our table, we'll see Pachuca at the semis.
Hmm.
So looking at our bracket, though, we have a favorable road now. We still have to play the tournament.
Yeah.
So, but are you excited at all for this league's tournament or cup?
Eh. I mean, not as much as like other things. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. And if we kind of, don't make it, well,
Mm.
I hope we make a group stage, but if we get like kicked out in the knockout round early, then you have like a couple weeks off and then you got to restart.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like it takes advantage of us to kind of take it seriously. So we don't have like this long, like 2, 3 weeks off
Right.
as well before we go back in with Dallas. So am I excited for it? I'm interested to see what it's about. I mean, the
Yeah.
first game I'm definitely excited about Wednesday night game, depending on when it is. Now I know it's in the summer, and we'll see. So
Yeah.
I'm more excited about CCL.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm more excited about CCL and, also, and going for the MLS Cup. Like, those are the ones that I think matter a little more to me.
Yeah. So this week we got CCL, and then Saturday they play Montreal in Montreal. Hope some people are going up there.
Yep.
That's a city I would love
That's
to
one
go.
I would like to go to eventually.
Yeah, that's one in Toronto as well.
We'll be watching it, I guess, from home, streaming it. We don't have a swim meet next weekend, so
that's good.
Yeah.
Question: are we going to change up our kit on
I
Tuesday?
kind of don't want to mess with it.
I kind of don't either, but I kind of want to try something else on as
I
well.
know.
But it's like, do we mess? So, question out there to everybody: do we? Do we? I might start a poll. Do we?
Yeah. Yeah. Should we change what kids were wearing or not?
Or keep what we've been wearing? So
yeah, I've been wearing that Unity top from last year, which I love.
and I do love, my jersey, lucky jersey, and lucky scarf. So
I have changed up my scarf. Like I was wearing, a different scarf than I wore because I wanted honestly a warm one. And we won still when I wore that scarf. The way I look at it, it's like anyway, well, we also lost the MLS Cup with me wearing that jersey, that jersey and also
you're
the
playing
summer
with
scarf.
you're playing with fire there.
But whatever. Honestly,
I know.
I'm not that superstitious. I'm
Nor
really
am I.
not.
But anyway, so I'm looking forward to it. And we hope to see you there. Anything else?
I mean, yeah, like we just really need people to bring it. Like,
yes,
the players are feeding off that energy. I know they appreciate it. And especially, if we're not going to have Andre, we need to be like extra, extra
absolutely
energized,
And another thing, just keeping that energy. I mean, it's one thing if like we're playing like crap, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's one thing I always love about Philadelphia fans. They're
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah.
But let's keep the energy high.
Yeah.
Hold them accountable, but hold the team accountable for performances. But let's keep that energy high from right off the
Yeah.
kickoff.
Well,
So,
there was definitely energy on the field last night.
oh yeah, there was a
we
couple.
didn't even talk about the fact that the 2 red cards on
Yeah, let's
Chicago.
talk about that real quick. So,
Yeah.
what's going on with us now? This is going back for 2 years now. Every time we seem to be a man down, we either give up goals or we just can't put balls in the net. It's like we just go like, oh, we're still playing like we're even strength.
Yeah, like when the first red card happened last night and people are actually like, no, just give him a yellow. Don't leave him on the field.
That was
We're
funny.
Screwed. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're up a man.
But that is a major concern.
Yeah.
Like we cannot, and I'm glad you brought that up because that was the number one thing I want to talk about. We need to be better there. And it's gotten to the point like this is something with Jim and tactics. Like,
yeah.
And I'm not calling him out saying like it's him, but there has to be some shift in mind.
When we are up a man in the freaking MLS Cup, I don't even want to go there, but it's just like too soon. But like, it's triggering when we're like, oh no, we're actually getting this man advantage,
and that's what it is. It's not we're going out. We have a man advantage. It's not like in hockey where it's like power play, and how when a power play is bad, everybody's like it's the man advantage. No, we are playing at even strength. When they go man up, we're playing at even strength because that's how it feels.
Yeah. I will say, good for Brujo for actually we're like, oh, Brujo's actually being a peacemaker down there.
Right.
I mean, because we're like, oh, no. Chill.
And then he's like over there, like, yeah. And we're like, all right, Jose.
Yeah. That some of the pictures, like that one picture. Yeah, like who was that up in his face?
I forget.
Yeah. But like just that was just what a game. That was definitely pretty ugly at times. But
and the other thing I will say, Shakira just yelling at everything. Like, I'm real. Like, this isn't the World Cup. Like, yes, I know you played at one of the best leagues in the world, one of the best clubs in the world. Like, everything he was trying, just like you're the highest paid player in MLS. Oh no, maybe not. I think no, that's Insigne. He's second highest, I think.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check on that. But anyway, like, dude, you're like a world class. Like, why are you complaining about everything?
Yeah.
Like, you're not even getting calls, and then
Yeah, I thought the officiating was okay.
It
I
was
mean,
okay. There was a couple calls, but it
there's
wasn't
few.
what it was. It
It wasn't the worst ever. No, I mean,
what was it? Alan Chapman level
no,
or Ted Uncle level? No,
no.
and there's others.
Yeah,
But anyway, anything else? So yeah, that was the one thing we forgot. Good catching up on that.
and yeah.
So all
And
right, go ahead, go ahead.
oh, and the Longwood Wawa needs to have oat milk next time so I can get my customary vanilla matcha after the match. I said I was going to say something about that.
Oh, there you go.
Now I was just like, oh, come on now. No, we're creatures of habit, you know. But yeah,
We are.
we go to
We're
that
the
Longwood
Wawa
Wawa on reward every time.
every time. So we'll probably be going there on Tuesday night to get coffee on the way home after a very long day.
That is gonna be
But
a long day.
it's also going to be an awesome day because I know we're going to get a victory and move on in the
Yes.
CCL tournament. So let's get going. And again, if you're not on the fence about going, make sure you go. It's going to be a fun night. So until next time, I'm Kyle,
I'm Jillian.
and we'll see you at the game on Tuesday.